really don't know. Okay, we're live. We're substituting for Bear, who's under the weather, almost literally. Barometric pressure being what it is, poor fellow. And we're going to try the action point combat system that I've come up with to try and speed things along in all the combat in against Darkmaster. It's going to change the game a fair bit, and we'll see how this goes. Right. I don't know if there's anybody in a... I don't know how to see comments or whatever. Nobody's private chat.
No, I don't see any comments on the StreamYard thing.
So if you can, if anybody spots some activity like that, please let me know. So for now, I'm going to, I think, switch to this view so that we're on the side and there's the screen. I'm going to take off the action. You've had a chance to have a look at your characters and see what's different, perhaps?
Yes.
We'll have a quick look at Singa, for example. If you have a shield, then you'll want to put that shield to the front. It just makes things a little easier, especially if you're going to use the parry or fighting defensively mechanism, because that way, if the shield is off to the side, then it won't add the numbers, because the parry mechanism in the system only applies to the front. So there's that. Small land movement. There's an extra movement step included. There's no move as an option. Step, half move, full move, and sprint. This is simply determining what the rate is, your current rate of movement, because in the rules, if you're moving at a full move, then you're not allowed to use any active defenses. And if you are moving at a sprint, you can't use fighting defensively or active defenses. Okay? Also, if you decide for some reason to do a move and attack, anything faster than a step will cost you in turn, what, -20, -40. So a half move is -20, a full move is -40, and a sprint -80. Good luck. Most of the time, you'll probably want to do a standard attack, which has no penalties, takes 3 action points. If, however, you want to, for some reason, squeeze one in 2 action points, it'll cost you -20 to the roll. There's the whole loading and shooting thing that
plagues us.
That plagues us, yes, but it's 2 action points for a normal load and 1 action point for a quick load. And I think we'll just leave it at that for this. We're not going to worry about the various modifiers because I'm still kind of trying to tweak it. And if we do end up tweaking that, then what we're probably going to have to go is do a little pass through all of the characters and say, okay, this is what the rules should have been when we started, so let's build ourselves accordingly. Because we all cut off at 5 ranks of weapon specialization, because that's the only time there was benefit. Sorry, I say all. Uma was up at 9, which is favoring you, actually, because you've got +18, where the rest of us have +10, because we stopped at 5. So the idea there is that it's a continuous flow of benefit for weapon specialization, but it's not just for the combat bonus. There are other benefits that I'm looking at adding as well, like being able to attack faster without penalty. Thinking about that anyway. So
we can actually go over the action point costs for melee after the test. I've got a few ideas here if you would like.
Okay. Well, Sorry, I was already thinking of some things that will probably solve it, but I didn't have time to implement them, and I didn't
Yeah,
want
of
to
course.
change the rules because I said go ahead and read the rules, and I'll try not to rewrite them while you're reading them.
Of course.
But good enough. We can certainly talk about it after. Now, so just so everybody can see what we're talking about, movement. Sorry, the rounds. Any questions about how the rounds will function? I know you haven't seen it, but it's fairly straightforward how it's laid out.
Yeah, as far as you said, you can do multiple actions, like, for instance, move and load a weapon as an example as part of a single time unit.
Not quite. The one thing that you can join together is a move and attack,
Okay.
or any action that takes 0 AP and the next thing you're doing.
Okay, fair enough. So,
So,
okay.
so if your load takes 0, then you can attack as part of a load and attack. But if it takes 1, then it takes 1. Load, next person. Which may indeed be you. It depends on what everybody else has been doing. Sometimes you hit, yeah, I've spent my AP, but I'm still at the top. So
Yeah,
I'm next.
fair.
Are we considering implementing a hold action?
No, there is. Well, hold is I'm not doing anything this action point. Spend it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's no saving time. You can't store time up. Time flows.
Where does initiative come into place? You said when action points are equal. What's
Ties,
the initiative? It's a roll off, or
nope.
how is it resolved?
There's a roll at the beginning. Everybody has an initiative score for the entire combat.
Okay.
And you'll see how it looks when we do it. Well, we might as well do it, except that I need to. There is a bug. I haven't.
Isn't there always?
Yeah, there is a bug. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag on some bad guys and do much the same fight that we did before, except I'm going to start them down here. Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
So
have you set up the thing so that the test version of UMA is the one that's on the field?
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah. So that all of the actors that are currently on the field are not linked to the tokens on the field are not linked to the actors in the sidebar.
Oh, I see.
If you know the distinction. The players, actors, for example, are linked. So, but these ones are not linked because what I was doing was I was using these ones for testing. So I didn't want to have to go back and undo all of the critical damage they'd taken and all the rest of that stuff. I just wanted them to be one use. So if you're going to make any notes or changes that need to be made permanently, make them to these actors here on the side, not the tokens, not the token actors. What was I about to do?
Drag some bad guys onto the field.
Bad guys. Yeah. Okay. Something that I've done that Ervig knows, I've taken the grid off because I'm using the drag ruler module. Oh, while I'm doing this, could both Jason and Robin make your combat bars, your macro bars look like that? Or whatever you need, but make sure that you have set movement rate and toggle compendium effects on your bar in addition to the other stuff. You won't need the dice roller. We're going to do that all at once. think that should be enough. Probably enough.
Yeah, we're gonna die.
But that's all right.
So you said the big guy has a shield now?
Yeah, just a minute. Let me make sure that he does in combat.
Yeah, that's not okay. That's not okay.
So I'm just going to give them all Matics and a shield.
A Matic, by the way, is like a pickaxe with an axe on the back.
Yeah, it is. It's actually the Matic is a hammer on one side and a pickaxe on the other.
Either or, it's
in this
it's
case?
different. Yeah.
In this case, it is because it
So
has
they've
either
got-
impact or pierce.
So they're coming at us with tools.
Well, no, it's a very large one. In fact, it's a two-handed weapon. He's using it one-handed.
That's great.
Yeah, because he wants the shield, right? Probably not what I should have done, but anyway, there he is. What I should probably do is just give him a darn mace, a heavy mace instead, and then he won't have such a nasty penalty. But we'll see how that works because we'll do with the penalty. So what
Sorry, I can get the health and safety inspectors in here.
what's happened?
Get the health and safety inspectors in here. I'm sorry, sir, you're not wearing a helmet in this site. You'll have to...
Mhm. This doesn't seem OSHA compliant.
Exactly. So you have to be furloughed for the day.
No comment.
Hey, we've got all of us have our helmets.
Good. Now, one thing I did discover when rereading the rules is if you have natural armor, it is armor.
So effect as armor
Yes,
on criticals.
exactly that.
As well as the hit rolls.
Okay. That makes things a bit more difficult.
Exactly. So they'll be a little bit more resilient, and that'll be fine. So what I'm going to do is Control A.
Let's see, I just need my crit tables.
I'm going to add them all to
sorry.
the combat tracker.
Oh, sorry, are the crit and damage tables already in the tabletop?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, then I don't need a PDF.
No. That's already built in. That's the main advantage of this system to run against the Dark Master is that if you put, how it can be. The first time we played it when we were on Roll20 and we all had our books out and we were looking up stuff on tables and so on. It is possible here to, if you know that there's going to be a modifier because I have a mighty weapon, I have heavy weapon, I have all of these, whatever I'm using.
Yeah, you can.
You can add all of those modifiers preloaded and ready to toggle on, and it makes things a little smoother. Yes, it makes things a little smoother. But you do have to build all that stuff in, or you can choose not to. Hang on, what? You wouldn't stand it?
Better comment.
I see. Yeah. All right. So what I need to do is, while I have everybody selected, I'm going to run the custom initiative roller, which is 2d10 plus your swiftness divided by 5, your wisdom divided by 5, which gives the player characters who have attributes a bit of a leg up. So I run that, and then we end up with a whole bunch of chat messages that say so-and-so rolled initiative, and this is what all of his bonuses and so on were. And then we come back to here, and we...
Oh, okay. So that's a GM
Okay,
macro that runs it for everybody?
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
So what that did was it took the actor of the token that was selected, and all of them are selected, and rolls based on their own attributes, and then stores the value on the sheet.
Okay.
And what I do by clicking roll all is I pull that information from the sheet and put it into the tracker.
Okay, and it's already under combat, under encounter.
Yes. So
what do you do with ties? Like the 3 beastmen that have a tie here at 9.
it doesn't really matter for them. It's going to go 1, 2, 5. It'll go in the order of their name.
Okay,
by
but
default otherwise.
for instance, if we had a tie,
Well,
another
then we
roll.
would resolve that. If you had a tie with a Beastman, then I would resolve that tie.
So just another roll.
Nope. It'd probably be something like whose swiftness is higher, whose weapon is longer,
Oh, okay.
along those lines. And we would simply adjust one person up one. The actual values don't matter. It's the sequence that matters, because this sequence will never change.
Okay.
Now, when we begin combat, you see that those numbers are still in the number.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
action point
But now
being the
they have
first one.
5 in front, and those are your 5 action points.
I see what you did.
Okay.
That's a neat way to solve it.
Yeah. It wasn't my first try. Nor my second. It took a while. Anyway, so the way you spend, so Singa is currently at the top, and the sequence that we're looking for is Singa decides what he's going to do, just figures out how many action points that's going to cost, sets the action points. So in this case, the horns have blown, and we all go, huh? Uh-oh. As Farzan fell by the fireside and is not stunned this time. So Singa pulls out his bow. That's going to draw or ready a weapon that is two-handed, takes 2 action points. So he takes the 2 action, he sets it to 2, and then with the hand spends them. And you see he's now got 325 and he's at the bottom. If he had any rolling to do, so if his action was an attack or if he had a move, then he would do the movement. And when he's finished, he hits next turn. Now you're not seeing next turn, you're seeing end turn. Or you would see end turn when it is your turn. So we'll go to Sam'el, who could I have somebody, either Jason or Uma, run him? Not Uma, Robin. Sorry.
Yes, that's all right.
Yeah. Robin, I will give him to you.
All right. Maybe Jason should do it, seeing as are we sort of replicating the events of the game where he kind of starts off dazed and then the two of them.
We're not going to do that. No,
Okay.
the point of this is to get used to the action system, and not to worry about waking him up. So Farzan, that's him. Sam'el, Jason, make you the owner. Can you just test, please, Jason, and see if you are able to move him? You did?
Moves.
Okay, so hit Control Z and put him back. Sorry, Control Z, you're an American, right? There you go.
No,
So
that's perfect.
one thing that you're going to see, sorry, there are 2 things we're going to need, and I'm going to set them up on mine. And one is the set movement rate, and the other is toggle status effects. And I'm just going to leave those parked up there, because we'll start with everybody at no move. And you'll see in the chat messages that you've been set to no move. Okay? So that's another thing. If your declared action is to do a move, then you'll be wanting to figure out what rate you're going to be moving at. So you'll select yourself and then click on the rate that you're going to move at, rather than opening your character sheet and using the drop down that's in the header, right? So I made a macro to do that without, just from the token. Whatever you're comfortable with, you don't need to use the macro if you don't want to, but the GM kind of has to use the macro because he can't be opening character sheets all the time. Okay. So I'm going to set them to no move for now. Actually, full move. Sam'el, what would you like to do? Oh, none of us has weapons drawn. So that's a good place to start.
I mean, we did start out with our weapons drawn the previous encounter.
Okay, I'm saying that didn't happen. Because
Yeah,
part of the learning here is to...
So we all just go through weapon drawing.
Yeah. Now, Uma, there's nowhere for you to put... Sorry, I'm looking at your name and seeing Uma, so I'm kind of stuck.
That's all right.
Your shield would be on your back. Your spear would be in your hand. So, because there's nowhere for you to put a short spear.
Yeah.
Tuck it into my belt.
No.
No. So that's going to be in your hand at all times. So you could use it two-handed without your shield. But you're probably much more comfortable parked behind your heavy shield.
I mean, the same...
Sorry?
The same goes for a bow. You don't really want to unstring it if you're...
No, but you can tuck it over your shoulder so you're not carrying it in your hand all the time. Maybe. I don't.
For the purpose of our argument, we'll go through the steps of readying our weapon of choice,
and then we'll get on with it. Okay. So the first thing he's going to need to do, Sam'l. Well, what the heck is he armed with? He's armed with daggers.
Oh. Well, that's not a lot.
No, it's not. So remember when he was hiding behind the bushes?
Yeah.
You see why?
Yeah, I see why.
Yeah, he stabs him in the back. That's
great big goatman. Oh dear. So he's likely going to want to find a place to hide and draw his daggers and wait for some opportunity to present itself.
He did throw really good, right?
He's all right at throwing, but he's much better at the stabby thing.
Okay.
All right. Oh, wait. He's not. You need to set his move first.
Oh, yes.
Just
do I do that from the token, or do I need to open his sheet?
From the macro.
Select his token and hit the macro.
Oh, what was that again, James?
Select his token and hit the set movement rate macro. And that'll bring it up, and then you set his movement to, I would say, probably full move. And then the reason I'm zoomed in is because we're about to see what happens when you drag somebody using the drag ruler when you have no grid.
All right, where is the movement macro?
If you go to compendium packs.
No, don't go there. Go to the browse macro directory.
Oh, Jesus.
Down here. That's why we end up with extra ones all the time. I was wondering where they keep coming from. So,
there it is. I just
go down there, player, and then set movement rate. Drag that onto your sheet. There you go. Okay. Then run that.
Okay.
Okay. Have you set him to a full move yet? Yes.
Yes.
You did. And then you start dragging him, and you should see that the line behind him is now green, and that see it switch to red.
Yep. All right, so he can go that far.
You see that? It's set to 6 meters, which is his movement. So it snaps to the movement you can go at.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Now, what you don't want to do is what you were about to do. And when I'm running a gridless system, your token width is your size.
Okay.
So don't, for example, skim right past Ervig, because that's a collision. So what don't do that.
Yeah.
So what I tend to do is go up to somebody, and you can see how wide your token is, and then you hit the space bar, and you can work your way around them by hitting the space bar and working around them and changing. And exactly.
Okay.
Right.
Can I control?
I think you need to hit escape. Escape will remove them one at a time, maybe.
Okay.
All of them. Okay. Right. So that's the tutoring on how to use the drag ruler with this system. So go ahead, run for the bushes.
It's paused right now. He can't move.
You're right. There you go. So that's 1 AP. So you hit the hand in the combat tracker, and that will spend 1 AP per hit. Okay, and then you hit end turn.
Okay.
Now it's Uma.
All right. So presumably I would draw my weapon, or at the very least draw, so take the shield off my back.
It's
You
taking the
already
shield
have-
off your back is going to cost you 3 AP. 1
Okay.
plus 2. So 1 to, I think, draw or ready the shield, and 2 because it's on your back.
Okay.
But you already
Is
have
there
your spear in hand, so you're okay on that part.
Exactly. So you just click it so that it says +3, or says 3 in the combat tracker, and then hit the hand. And then
And
end
now
your
I have
turn.
shield set to front. We agree in the theater of the mind's eye that the shield is not ready.
Right. And then you hit end turn, and then
Yeah, sorry.
Ervig is up.
Yeah, I also just ready my bow.
Sure. The neat thing about if you do it in that sequence where you find that you're at the top, you declare your action, figure out how many action points, hit it so that you're at the bottom, or wherever you're going to be, whoever's now at the top can start preparing for whatever they're going to do because they know that they're next.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna want, so when game time comes, we're gonna want a pretty
Sorry, I need to hit end turn still?
Yes. Yep.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
pretty concise AP chart, and then we
There's-
can sort of add on to it. I mean, I know I know what you just created gave us a thing, but so it'd probably be a good idea for us to have something just so that we're not
Looking stuff up all the
guessing.
time. Yeah.
Guessing, looking stuff up. Like, if we can just have a list of these are all the movement actions. These are all the sort of standard actions. Take a bow. Shout out an order. Sort of. I mean, obviously that would be a free action, I presume.
So 1 AP. Yeah.
Yeah. So 1 AP, but maybe we could be a little more specific so that there's
Mhm.
less likely to have the hey, what is this? What would this count as?
Mhm. But
That
I mean, they tend to be. It's one thing you're asking about, so the answer can come pretty quickly, and then you move on, and then everybody knows what the answer is, and you scribble it down because I forgot to write that one down in the list.
Yeah.
So building a
maybe-
list as we go along. There are a bunch of martial moves that aren't listed here.
Yeah.
And some of us have martial moves.
Sure. Then we can keep a link to it on the Discord so that every couple of weeks when we're playing, or each, also, we can have both games, if they're both running the same rule set, adding to it, so that there may be duplication, there may be sort of over specifying, but what, better over specifying than under specifying.
Sure.
Okay, Farzan.
Oh yes. All right. So click on him.
So I think what we're going to do is simulate that sort of stun and have you make a perception roll to unstun yourself. Or actually, because now we will, because it wasn't a normal stun. But normally what happens is when you get stunned, it just costs you 2 AP.
Okay.
So you can get stun locked, but it's harder. Still, getting shifted 2 AP down the track sucks. So it's a little bit worse than the normal stun, which means that you can normally move when it's your turn and so on. It only shoves you 2 of the 5 action points down the track, though.
All right. So I need to make that adjustment now.
Yes, please. Spend 1 AP to do a perception roll and shake it off.
Under combat encounters. You just click the hand to the right.
Oh my goodness. I hope that's a good roll. Come on, please be a good roll.
Outstanding success.
Okay. So why don't we?
All right, and that cost me 1 AP making that roll.
It does. Actually, that kind of a success. Shake it off. Carry on. Do your next thing.
Let's see. Full move.
What kind of a weapon do you have?
Scimitar.
Oh yeah, I'll need to ready the scimitar.
Yep.
So that's another
That's one action point to ready it.
He's moving. That's his action.
Yeah, fair. So either readying the weapon or moving.
Yeah, you do one thing at a time.
Okay. Then I will go ahead and move.
Very good. And then you spend it.
Now, do I spend 2 because
Nope.
of the?
Nope, you got that one for free because of your success.
Oh, okay. If I had failed, it would have cost.
Then it would have been spent and nothing would have happened.
Okay.
Or you would have done nothing.
So
But you
put the
spend it,
and
now
in.
you hit end turn, and now we start the parade of beastmen, who are moving at a full move. Sorry, I'm supposed to be doing that first. But I'm not going to because it's all of them in sequence and they're all doing the same thing. So I'm just going to move all of them and then quickly, I'm going to do that, and that. So we know that Samuel's going to be next. And I'm just going to move them. So Samuel can go ahead and prepare his next action.
You could run again behind the trees.
Yeah, that's where he's headed.
Samuel, you're up.
All right, so he took a full move.
Okay. And he got to there?
And he got to there.
Okay. Spend it, end his turn. Farzan.
All right. Had a problem just a second because Samuel couldn't see Farzan, so I couldn't see Farzan's.
So you
clicked him in the combat order, and he came up, so I've got him now.
Okay. Now, what you see that the names are changing from green to red when you click on the names. That's for another aspect of it. If I was saying, okay, is everybody ready? Then you just click on the name of your guy, and it'll turn to green. And then when I hit something, when I hit next round, I think it turns them all back to red. But that's for a different system. It's just the code is built in, so I left it alone.
Fair.
So, Farzan, have you moved? Sorry, what were you doing? Were you readying the weapon or continuing to move?
He's going to ready a scimitar this time.
Okay, so 1 AP.
All right.
And end your turn. Okay, I'm going to do this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. So Singa is going to be next. Once I find them, where are they?
I mean, you know Sing character-wise, stat-wise better than I do. What would be preferable? Loading?
Yes.
Fair.
An unloaded weapon isn't a weapon. There you go.
So that would be, I mean, that's technically 0 AP.
Yes, I know.
So he could shoot already?
No, we're not going to do that. We're going to make him spend 1 AP and you're going to spend 2 AP. I know that when we rework these guys that it'll be 0 and 1, but we'll just do this so that there's average. So most.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
We're just going to go through the motions and see how it all flows and see whether or not we're happy with it. And then we'll do the fine tuning of, here are the benefits for having high skill and all of that stuff.
Yeah, no issue.
Okay.
I already ended his turn. He loads.
Samuel.
Back to me already. All right.
See, that's the point. Back to you already. That's one thing that I've found with this sort of thing. If you're sitting around waiting in some like GURPS, I've had players waiting for 45 minutes for their turn to come around. Oh my goodness. And they're 1 second turns. Like, oh, come on.
Yeah, GURPS can be nice, but it's
if you're learning the rules, it can be painfully slow. So,
and if you're trying to use all the rules instead of figuring out what you need for whatever your genre is.
Yeah. No,
Samuel's going to just ready his daggers.
You need to start small and work out from there. So what this does is make sure that everybody's doing one thing, so their decisions are small. Therefore, their decisions are made quicker. And next.
I'm just 2 action points. Load. That's it.
Right. So Farzan, you're up again.
All right.
So now you've got your scimitar out.
We're going to. Let's see. How many AP was a sprint?
It's always 1. You just set it to a sprint, and off you go.
He's going to get behind this stone here.
Sure.
And try to hide from the.
Okay, he's going to gird that
behind them once they run into the clearing.
Yeah. Now, you know what you can see from there, right? If you look further down the map.
Oh, okay. So I can actually see one of them.
Which means?
They can see me. What does it take to do a skill to hide?
Oh, well, try that next time. Now that you realized, oh shit, I can see them. So move yourself to the bottom, or spend your AP for your movement, and remember that you're at a sprint. Okay, so all of them are going to move again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But this guy has spotted you and has. Hang on, which one is he? I'll go at it from your point of view. Yeah, this guy has spotted you moving across the clearing and shouts. So that's what his action is going to be. He's not actually going to move. He bays and points. And the rest of them pick up the pace. Yeah, he's going to change his mind and go that way. Whereas this guy is being coached to go somewhere else. And then we have Singa.
So if you just move and then shoot on the next action, that's not a penalty.
No, it's only if you decide to link them together as one action.
Fair.
Because
so you could.
What you're doing is you're preempting somebody else's opportunity to do something in between.
Fair. So you could, for instance, sprint. And
I'm thinking about, just to pause that, I'm thinking about not allowing people to go from a dead stop to a sprint and then back to a dead stop. Because, I mean, it's complicated to manage that. But maybe
It might be
move
tedious.
to a full move first to get to a sprint and then back down to a full move. Something
Maybe.
along those lines. What do you guys think?
Uh,
Or are you fine just saying it? Just keep it simple and say move whatever speed you want.
maybe
Keep it simple.
better to keep it simple. for
Very
now.
good. Carry on. Set him to a sprint and let him go. Where's he?
So is the terrain muddy? Are you wearing cleats?
Pardon?
Is the terrain muddy, and are you wearing cleats or not? This was a Samuel in his bowling shoes going sliding by.
Could you move over here sneakily? What's your
Not at a sprint.
no sprint? Then never mind.
Hell no.
Hey, you're a halfling. What the hell do I know?
Nobody moves stealthily at a sprint. Well, I don't think. So, is he done?
Yep.
Okay. Samuel. I don't believe you've drawn any weapons yet.
No, he spent his last. That's what he spent his last AP on, was ridding of the daggers.
Okay. Got it. So he's armed.
Let's see. Now he is going to full move.
Alrighty.
All right, so I'm setting mine to move. Is that my full move?
Control Z, take it back to where you were.
Okay.
All the way back. And try it again.
I set it to sprint, so.
Oh, sprint. Okay, gotcha. Then he's going to be able to probably go 8 at least. Maybe 10.
I've got the.
Looks like 10 is the
Yeah.
distance.
Says 10.
All right. I think you got stopped by trees.
Good enough.
All right. So then at the end of your turn, we go back up to Farzan. When you end your turn. Robin.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
There we go. Farzan's ready to go. What are you think? Oh, you were going to hide.
Yes, I'm going to try to hide.
By all means, I don't think it should take more than 1 AP to hide.
Okay.
Why don't you make a stealth check?
Let's see. Skill rolls. Stealth. And you can make you can take it like a regular action with that like 5-foot step sort of thing.
Well, you make your stealth roll and we'll figure out how you managed it.
Oh, okay. That'll work.
It's probably going to involve a step. 59 plus what?
That's a total of 109.
You are stealthy. Set your move to step and go ahead and move that far. Okay.
Hopefully it's enough behind the rock where they can't see me now.
Well, okay. I see. You're tucked up against the rock.
All right.
There we go. And you cannot see them, and they cannot see you. All right. So now I've got them to go again. Right. The guy who saw you last time is now moving at a sprint to catch up. And then the rest of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's get this. Alrighty. Sorry that took so long. Singa, you're up.
Gonna take aim at this guy here.
You're going to spend, yeah, okay.
Single action point aim.
Yep.
Though, with aiming, question, could that be like spend 2 or 3 action points to aim at once?
You could, but here's the thing. If you decided, okay, I'm going to aim, and you say, I'm going to aim for 2 or 3 action points, he could sprint right up into your throat, and you go,
fair.
oops,
So, fair enough.
Aiming 1 AP at a time is, spending as little action points as possible every time gives you the best opportunity to react to surprises.
Fair enough, but gonna take aim at this guy.
Very good. So you might want to target him. So just hover over him and hit T so you remember which one he was. And then end your turn.
Didn't I?
No.
Okay.
Samuel, you still sneaking about in the bushes?
How did I?
Is,
Sorry, I somehow set Singa to -75.
I think you spent another AP.
I'm sorry.
No, did you?
I have.
Yeah, there's no way you
idea.
could have gotten to -75. So we'll just give him -1 and then hit it. So that's how you fix it. You hit it to -1 and then unspend it. Yep.
Fair.
Okay. Yeah, there's no Control Z or undo in the combat tracker. That's more than I was able to do. So what's Samuel up to?
I think he is also going to stealth.
Okay. But is he going to stay right where he is, or is he going to get a little bit closer to where he can jump out and ambush somebody? Like for
Can I
example,
move and stealth? And if so, how far?
if you see where my ping is? Behind Farzan?
Yes, I see it there.
So you know that there's a gap in the rock there, which he can probably see from where. No, he can't see shit. But anyway, he knows where Farzan headed, and he should be able to get his butt down there. And if somebody tries to come through that gap at Farzan, then he'll be able to leap out behind him.
All right, so a full move would get him down here.
Okay. At which point he can see where he needs to go.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Righto. Uma.
All right. So now next to me, between these two trees, I can see a gap of vision. Does that mean that I could move through it?
You mean where?
Oh,
you can see through there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
I mean,
you can get yourself to there if you like.
So
You
if I
couldn't
go,
see that from where you were before, but you can see it from here.
Sorry.
You sure you want to go through there? They'll divert to you.
Yes, as opposed to charging into the archers. Yes.
I mean, you could still let them move up towards us, charge them from the side.
Are you spending action points to make this recommendation to Uma, Ervig?
Well,
Sorry.
shouting across the.
Thinking
Hey, you
about-
can surprise them.
Exactly. Thinking about how it could work.
Yeah. So mechanically, yes, there's no reason why you couldn't move to, say, here.
Yeah.
And then down, if that's what you wanted to do. Or, yeah, just to there. Now, what can you see from there? Ooh,
I can see one guy.
you can see one guy, but you may not be entirely visible to him because he's focused kind of in this direction over here, having come through. So why don't you make a stealth check and see how stealthy you were coming
Or
up?
convert. Do I think do I still have some movement? Yeah, I do still have some movement, so I could conceivably move over. Oops.
You could, but you're
Looking
probably good
collide.
right where you are.
All right, so then I will just
Do that and turn about.
Oh yeah.
So the idea is that you've come through the bushes and you're going, oh, they're there.
Yeah.
But I'll just stay here and wait for them to stampede past.
Okay, so that's my one turn. I'm stopping and ending my turn.
Yep, Ervig.
I'm gonna try aiming at the same guy Singa is aiming at.
Right. Farzan. You see what I mean about now that you've got some idea? Well, and we're not really there yet, but
yeah,
how simple these decisions are.
Farzan really just wants to wait here in hiding until they run past. He sees an opportunity.
Okay, so wait is spend an AP.
And done.
And then we need him because he's at the back, right? So he's going to get his ass up there. Then he yes, he's going to do that because he's an idiot. Well, a lot of them
I
are.
mean, pretty solid still.
Yes, they are, but
who's still standing there right in the middle of the? Oh, that's Ervig.
Yeah.
He's a sturdy individual.
Yes, I probably should have stayed right where I was.
I'm standing my ground.
Sounds like a pop song.
Ah, fuck, I think I just drank up fruit fly.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Extra protein.
There you go. Spoken like a southerner.
They like going for my coffee.
Oh yeah, well, beer is worse.
Yeah.
So are you able to see them coming towards you?
Who?
The beastmen.
Yeah, which one of us? I can see them.
Good.
On your thing, not on the general one. I can see two of them now.
I can see
The two that are bunched between these two trees.
3 of them for now.
There you go. And now have a look at the combat tracker.
So it's no one has enough action points left for a move.
So everybody's black, nobody's green, which means that nobody has any action points left. So you can hit next turn all you like and nothing happens. So at this point, if anybody was hasted, if somebody had been hasted during the round, then we would go in and alter the refresh amount, give them a bonus to their action points that regen for the haste. Or if they were weary, then we would set them as weary, which would reduce their action points down to 4 regained just before we do. That's what I've got to do. Forgetting. Combat round next fan. So the next round. Next round. Not label. Come on. Local. Localization. So I hit next. It goes to round 2, and everybody gets 5 added to them. Now, nobody went into the negatives, but if they had, then they would only have 400 and some, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we hit next, and then the guy at the top, who is Singa, gets to go.
I think Singa's going to take that aimed shot.
Very good.
So that's 3
AP.
And would you, at this point, use the ruler tool to calculate the distance? And
Well, the simple thing to do is to select U, because we've got a module open. You select U, and then hover over the target.
oh, sweet.
Yeah.
doesn't show me the...
The distance to the...
It doesn't show it to you? When you select Singa and then hover over somebody else, it doesn't show the distance?
How weird. When I select Singa, it shows me 0 meters to Singa, but it doesn't show me to
Yes.
the target.
No. Then hover over the target.
Yeah, nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
See, because maybe it's because I'm the GM, but I can see the distance from you to everybody. So which one was your target?
Yeah, he's right. I can't see it either.
This
You can't
guy
see it
here.
either?
I can see it on the NPCs, on the other players, but not on the Goatman.
Oh, yeah, I can see it on the other player. Yeah, fair. I can see it
And
on
that's
other
because you have
players.
observer. Okay, so I think I know what that is. There may be a reason for that. Anyway, so if you want to know how far away it is, just ask me and I will tell you.
Yeah, this guy here.
Goat 1? Is that
Yeah.
who it is? Goat 1.
Goat 1.
18 meters. Good to go.
18, that's 3 action points in that case. Select a single... Did I not have him selected? Where's the bow? Here's the bow. Okay, give
So
me a
I'm going through it, and
where do I add 1 AP aim?
no, sorry, that's down under prep aim time. 1 AP. Yeah.
All right. Anything else? Medium range?
Nope,
Or is
base
it
range.
base?
It's inside base range. If you hover over your skill name, then it shows you the tooltip, which includes the
25.
range of 25.
Okay.
Yeah, and it also shows you load 1 quick load, and shows that you have plus 10 on the maximum because you've got a plus 10 magic weapon.
Fair. He's got a defense of 30 range.
So you just click on the 30. If your EDB is not 30, that's the fastest way.
He sprinted, by the way. Does that have any effect?
The only thing it does is it means he cannot set a fighting defensively factor, and he may not actively defend.
All right.
So whatever you get, you get.
Very bad.
And you weren't moving at all, so that works. Okay.
Light armor?
What did you roll?
135.
35.
They
And
have...
light armor.
It's...
Sorry,
135. My bad. 21 Grievous.
There you go. And you can see that it's against light armor. You can see 135 or 131 to 135, so you know that you got the right one. Now, you won't be able to drag the damage onto him, but I can.
Grievous
Oh,
critical.
shit.
125. That's...
Ow.
Another butt shot.
Somehow, another butt shot, yeah. Stunned, minus 40.
The butt shots begin. So
Awesome.
I'm going
$2 more
to
for the bot.
I'm going to drag that onto him.
So that's minus 2 action points, you said.
Now see
this
what's
one.
happening. So see, there's no bleeding per round, but there was a stun, so it automatically puts the stun marker up on him.
Okay.
Now, so what we then have to do is select him in the combat tracker. By we, I mean me. And I don't know if you can see it, but when I hover over him, you can see in the combat tracker that he's getting highlighted.
Mm-mm.
So I know which one.
That's for you. Yeah, that's for you.
In yours, he is not in mine, though, but that's presumably intentional.
Yeah. So, but if you're hovering over somebody that you own, then they will be highlighted, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, everything's highlighted if you hover over it.
Whenever somebody gets a stun result, it costs them 2 AP. Boom. Now he's down at 309. When he gets to the top, if he gets to the top, the stun comes off. All right. So Singa has gone. It's Samuel's turn.
All right. He wants to keep moving around here, but he wants to move. I'm wanting him to move stealthily.
By all means, roll stealth.
All right.
And then we'll see how fast you can move stealthily. You can do a full move.
All right.
Okay, you've got a lot of stealth.
Oh, it's kind of his thing, right?
All right, Samuel. All right.
Mm-hmm. And then he's done.
Okay.
So should we, if somebody, because I've not considered this before, should we, if somebody's trying to do something complicated like move stealthily, yes, let him move at his full move, but cost him 2 AP to do it? Or leave it alone?
Maybe leave it alone for now.
Okay, good enough. Next, Uma.
All right. So would I be able to do something like call out to draw their attention and use that action time to set my spear so that if one of them comes charging at me to try and close the distance quickly? Is there a rule for setting a spear in?
I'm pretty sure we're just going to call it readying your weapon.
Okay.
So basically, you've got your spear in your hand. You've got the shield in this hand. You've got the spear in this hand. There's no reason why you couldn't plant it down in the dirt by your boot and tilt it forward. That's going to take you 1 AP.
Okay. And would the calling out be a free action?
Do that at the same time.
Okay. So I'm going to take my 1 action and...
Hey, goat face.
Yeah. I'll just pre-kebab him.
Yeah. Now, this fellow over here can't see you. He can hear. This guy can see you. Yeah, he's pretty much the guy who's going to notice you. So you might as well target him. So we keep track of Goatman number 5.
So I select him and then I hit T on my keyboard?
No, you don't select him. You just hover over him and hit T.
Okay.
Yeah, because you want to keep yourself selected.
Got it.
And he's 11.8 meters away. All right, so Ervig is up.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna redirect. I'm gonna disregard the aim and redirect my shot to Goat 3, I think. He's a bit close.
Really?
Either that or try to kill the first guy.
You could just drop the first one.
Sure, why not? Base range, 1 AP aim. What's his defense currently?
30. It may not be 30.
Minus 40 to everything that is stand-up plan defense.
No, but his there's something else. Him being stunned does. So if you target him and call up your attack, you'll see that his defense should be 10 now.
Base DB.
Yeah, should be 10.
Fair.
So you select 10 instead of 30, and you're pretty much going to put a bolt through him.
Let's see if I don't roll a 1 or something.
Oh, that's not a 1.
Don't say shit like that.
Nice. Like
So we get to practice. So hang on.
Lethal.
Because part of the custom rules are if you make better than a maximum result, then we do a little math
oh
and we add damage.
oh
So in your case, so in anybody's case but you, because nobody else has a 175 max possible result, which is also the maximum of the table. What we do is we take the amount over the maximum result. In this case, 190 minus 175 is 15.
hmm
Divide it by 5, we get 3. So what we would do is add 3 to the 175 result. What we're going to do instead is add 3 hits. Because it's
37 as opposed to 34.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So what I'm going to do is bring up the health adjustment. 37. Roll it. And then drag it onto him.
Nobody told me
125 crit again. It's another ass shot.
Goodness gracious.
It's another ass shot.
So you put your arrow through single
The other cheek.
in his he's got both cheeks pierced. And he is stunned again, but I don't think it's going to matter. Yes, it is. For Pete's sake.
He's still alive.
He's still alive.
Tough.
But there he is, right? Goat 1.
Mm-hmm.
But for the grace of God.
Yeah. So he's not dead, but
but he kind of wishes he was.
but he's going to be trying very, very hard to get out of the line of fire because he's done. He's had enough. Now, the way things normally work with reasoning opponents, if they're a common opponent, once they're down at half, which is another thing, he is bruised. He's less than half. Bruised. Yeah. So, I mean, that's even worse. It's by the time they are bruised, they are attempting to leave. They're done. Unless there's a really pressing reason why they should be there, or they're frenzied or insane or anything like that. But he is neither. And
Okay.
I think, he's
Thankfully.
he's done.
God.
He'll be trying to leave. And the weird thing is he's not actually bleeding. So he's not actually going to die. He's just going to limp off the field of battle.
With 2 arrows in his ass.
Yes, he is. All right, so Farzan, you are up. Are you still waiting?
Yeah.
You don't have any ranged weapons, right?
No. He can shoot, but I don't think he's got a scimitar in hand, and the other hand is empty.
Can get you a crossbow, buddy.
But
You could really use javelins.
Farzan,
He is waiting.
right? But
Still linked up against.
here's another feature of the system. When it is your turn, you can change your fighting defensively amount.
Oh, that is something we would want to do.
Only when it is your turn.
That is-
So you'll want to have done that. I'm going to wait and act defensive. But how defensive are you going to act?
All right, let's see here.
Let's just, I'm going to bring up your character sheet here and we'll look at the combat. Your CMB is 112. That's the maximum defensive factor you can put in.
Yeah, so basically unhittable.
Pretty much. Because it'll be on top of the 50.
But I can change that anytime my turn comes up.
Yes, you can.
So while I'm waiting, I might as well put it all in.
Okay. So if somebody comes upon you and attempts to bruise you, you'll be completely defensive. Yep.
No.
So what you do is you
You will
put it
accept
in
no
there,
criticism
in
whatsoever.
the parry, you just type 112 in the parry field, and then your defense goes up to 162. Unless somebody's trying to shoot you, in which case it doesn't.
So basically, you just go full defense, stand in the middle of the field, and while everyone else is filling them with arrows and trying to hit him.
Right. So that's only true of somebody without a shield. If somebody has a shield and they're hiding behind the damn thing, then it applies against arrows as well. Okie doke.
All right, now where do I put that in?
I just told you, put it in the parry and the header.
James, could you just tell me what's the Beastman movement?
Parry in the header.
How quickly does it look like they're moving?
No, I mean, I'm trying to calculate something to give
I
you
know you
feedback
are.
later.
I'm not going to tell you.
No, to give you feedback later in regards to the stuff. That's why I'm asking what their base movement is.
Sorry, why are you asking again? Is it as a player or a game technical thing?
A technical thing, to calculate it in kilometers per hour to see based on the time scale. Movement based on time scale.
Okay, 6 meters.
So that would be
6 meters per second. They're moving along at a pretty good rate.
Did you find it, Jason, for the parry?
I think 3.6 meters per second is 5 miles an hour, but I'm not certain. Yeah. Anyway, you go ahead and do that. There you go. Farzan is set. He's defensive as hell. And now it's the Goatmen. Now this guy, he's the one who cried out and said, he's over there. So he's going to, whoops.
If he sprinted, he could get to me.
Pardon?
I said if he sprinted, he could get to me.
He's still sprinting, yes, but he had to stop and pause and tell everybody that way. So that's why he's behind everybody else. Stop whispering, Ervig.
sorry.
Okay, so he's done. And then we have goat number 2, who did not hear anything over there and just saw Singa whoops, and now he sees the other guy. That's where the other arrow came from that shot his friend. Well, breeding partner, whatever it was. This guy, on the other hand, I'm going to, now I know you've got your spear set, and I know you're within range of him to get to you, but I'm just going to see if he's completely stupid and frenzied or not. I didn't need to do that. What I should have done was just hit the perception thingy and rolled it. I think that's a low number. Righto.
Didn't I get lost with that kind of a roll?
Something like that. Yeah, you did. So anyway, he parks himself right up to here, and you're going to get to attack him.
Yeah.
Not just yet. When it's your turn, because he's not moving and attacking. Well, he was. What if he was? No, he knows that he's sprinting. That would be completely insane for him to do that. So he's going to move up to you, and then he's going to all-out attack you. If he has a chance. But he didn't notice the spear for some reason. I guess it was pointing directly at his eyes, and he didn't see the spear. Just saw the shield. Haha! I'll crush the puny little orc. But that's him done. Right? So then number 4 sees him herring off that way and goes, nope, I'm going this way. And number 1, he says, what is going on over here? He's not going to get that far. Yeah, he's going to be there.
Do these trees create an effective bottleneck, or is that?
Yes. We'll say so. I mean, they're not a complete bottleneck, but I think
for a long swinging weapon, they might very well be.
The body stuck on your spear might, but we'll see. And finally, number 3, who's there, and he sees the little bastard that shot his friend.
Let's see. Charges forward, cheeks fully covered.
Okay, so that's them done. Samuel.
All right.
Do you have a prepared weapon even?
Yeah, he's got his daggers pulled out.
Yeah.
Okay.
He runs out there. He's putting himself at the center of attention for 3 guys, probably.
Well,
how's his defense like?
If he puts some effort into his defense, then it's pretty good.
All right. Dual superior daggers. CMB is 110.
Mm-hmm.
What is his defense currently?
I think it's 35.
Yes, I see it now. So we're going to put 50 in his parry.
Okay. And then are you going to do something like a full move and attack, or? Well, here's the thing. Let's say that your target. I mean, and I'm trying to navigate you guys all through the combat system. So if your target is this guy here,
mm-hmm.
and you want to get to him, well, he is 8 and a bit meters away, center to center, I guess. So probably a teeny bit less. So 8 meters. Your move is 6, right?
For Samuel,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
So that's going to be more than a full move. You move at the same rate that they do, and they're currently sprinting towards your archers. So you have a couple of options. One is you can distract him and make him come to you. Or you could do a sprint and attack and thus get out there and stab him in the back before he can do the next thing he's going to do. But the other consideration is it is Goatman number 3. Goatman number 3 is down here at 404, which means once you have done something, he will act before you get to do the next thing. Okay?
Okay.
So those are the things to consider regarding Goatman number 3. On the other side, you know that somebody's coming up this way. You can hear the pounding hooves coming up in this direction. So you might want to go with plan A and hide yourself behind a rock. So when he comes through there, you can gut him and leave the dangerous attacking to Farzan, which I think is probably what Samuel would choose.
That sounds more like a thing he would do.
Yeah. Well, he could probably tuck himself into the rocks right over here.
Yep, and that was basically where I was aiming.
Perfect.
AP and end.
Uma.
Question for you. Would we, for the fleet-footed trait,
yep, that's
would that affect
into your speed?
Okay. Because he's got a movement of 6. I've got a movement of 5.
What is your swiftness?
Poor.
Yeah,
for sure.
His is 35.
Okay.
So he's got plus 2 meters for 35. You've got plus 1 meter because, well, you've got a movement of 20. Well,
Yeah.
15 plus 5. So
my swiftness is 20.
There's 4. And your swiftness is 20, which gives you
plus
another
I'm
1.
over 6 feet tall.
You're not over 8 feet tall.
No, I'm not. That's true.
Yeah. So between 8 and 4 feet is normal.
Is regular movement. Okay, excellent.
Theater.
Yeah, in the morning.
Okay, so how would I go about doing an attack with a set? How would you do the set spear advantage? I guess.
Basically, he is charging onto your set spear.
Okay.
So if your set spear is going to be processed first, just because, I mean, if he was trying to do a move and attack, then we turn it around and say, right, your set spear takes precedence because you set it already, right? So your attack is ready before he gets there. But let's have a quick look at the rules.
First and foremost, I'm going to change my action, I presume, to 3 because I'm doing a standard attack. So the number of action points that this next action I'm taking will be consuming is going to be 3. Unless
you want to take fewer and make it at a minus 20.
No.
But before you do that, let's figure out what the and remember, he sprinted. So until his next action, he's got no parry and no active defenses. He can only change that once it's his turn. So what I'm going to do is Control F.
Yeah.
And I thought I was doing a Control F. Yes. Set charge. No, that's not going to do it, is it? Set for charge.
Can be okay. So a long spear can be set for a charge for plus 20 combat bonus, but no parry.
Okay. Where are you?
I'm on the weapons descriptions on page 154 of the player's guide. And that's it. The short spear doesn't look like it has a set bonus.
I'm 154 and nowhere near what you're talking
about.
Yeah,
I'm on the player's guide, not the full book.
Okay.
So I'm in chapter 14.
Gotcha.
The equipment, and I'm looking at the description of the long spear specifically, not the short spear.
Okay.
Which is
well, I'm going to go have a quick look at the short spear on the way there, but there's the long spear. Very long, 2 to 3 meters. Yeah.
Can be thrown for short distances. Can be used two-handed or one-handed.
And be set against a charge for plus 20 CMB, but no parry. Yeah, obviously you can't parry with your spear set.
Yeah.
Did you want to set defensive just in case this all goes pear-shaped? Did you want to do a fighting defensively figure?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. So what I'll do is I'm going to
pick a number.
Yeah, I'll take 30.
Sure.
Parry.
Okay. Now let's have a look at the short spear quickly. Shafted weapon meant to be used either two-handed or one-handed, can be thrown short distances. See the thrown spears and stats. Right. Well,
that's fine. If there's no bonus, there's no bonus. I mean, that's. I mean, I get to use it with a spear rather than not.
What we'll do, because we're using your foot. Well, for example, I'm just making a call. Jason, that's funny. You're normally one-handed. You're minus 10, right? So what we'll do is we'll give you a plus 10 because you're using your other foot as if it was the second hand. So instead of a minus 10, you're getting a plus 10 for set. Because it's not a long spear, we'll just give you the plus 10. Or do you think you should get the plus 20?
No, I think a long spear is a pretty substantial piece of hardware. So okay. I think that giving the same bonus to a short spear would be pretty cheesing.
Okay. Then make your attack with a plus 10.
All right, so that's.
Oh, hang on.
Oh,
yeah, there is a I've added the same mechanic for ranged weapons, melee weapons, and spells. Is set, aim, or prepare.
Okay.
So basically, what that is winding up your swing for an attack.
Mm-hmm.
So in effect, what you did was one set, which
plus
gives
10.
you plus 10.
Okay. So I put a 10 global modifier on my roll? Or would I do that on the damage?
Global modifier.
Okay.
Or you can just set it to 1 AP of whatever. Almost extremely good.
Max possible result is 150 now. Oh, that's the damage is the
because you've got a plus 10 magic spear.
Oh,
right. So the normal max damage was 140. Now this is plus 10 spear.
Okay.
So max 150. You rolled 160. So 10 is the difference. Divide by 5 is plus 2. So your answer is no.
Nope.
A 152 is the result.
Okay.
So until you get to 175, ooh, that's significantly different.
Oh, that's a lot more.
Yeah. So make that one go away. This guy takes 26 hits and a lethal. Go ahead.
Oh, yes, I'm doing that.
You got to select yourself and then click on the orange thingy and do the lethal.
Am I still using my global modifier, or is that gone now for this?
No, that's gone. You did the. Hang on. Did you? I don't see the global modifier.
I am I piercing.
So, minus 30 parry amount. Got it. Plus 30 brawn. Enemy defensive bonus. Your parry amount minus CMB plus 10 specialization. I don't see the.
Yeah, it's funny. I
plus
put it
10
on
in there.
Okay.
So 154, which is the same result.
All right, so I'm rolling the critical with the lethal severity, no global modifier.
Nice one.
So 106, which is thigh strike. God, we're so mean to their lower abs. So do they have thigh armor? I presume they don't have butt armor. They don't have thigh armor either.
Yes, no, they definitely do have armor.
Okay, so has thigh
They're
armor.
completely armored. So has thigh armor. I drag that onto him.
Okay.
And he is bleeding, but not stunned. And he's pretty unhappy.
Yeah, I would be too. All right, so that was 3. So I've done 3 action points. I have spent them. My turn is over.
Correct. Farzin.
Sorry, guys, that took so long.
No. We had a bunch of things to work through, and a way to resolve setting a short spear. But with any weapon, I'm telling the other people, if you choose to set, then that's for an AP. If you choose to take 1 action point and spend it to set your melee weapon, that's basically winding up for a more powerful strike, converting time for better effect.
So essentially, it's aim for melee weapons.
Yes, exactly that. And it works exactly the same way. So you don't have to remember how it works. It works the same for everything. So were you waiting the last time? You were too.
Yes, and I hear the guy running up on me.
Yeah, you didn't have a target, but you knew he was coming by the rock. So yeah, you could have wound up. Why don't we say you wound up for that 1 AP, and now you see him run past the rock, and you can go get him if you want to.
Though I thought we heard somebody coming from down here.
You did, but now you can see Samuel right behind you.
It's okay. Samuel can handle it. He can handle 1.
Yeah, but these ones are all heading for the archers, and you've got this one's back. He didn't see you on the way by.
All right.
So a couple of things you'll want to do. One is you'll want to, when we get around to the rolling your attack part or setting up your attack, you'll want to choose one AP of prepare. You'll want to choose rear because I assume you're going to go after his rear. And you'll, all the archers are shooting for butt. Why don't you?
Clearly, it's a team strategy.
Stab for butt. And what's the other thing?
Charge, maybe?
No. Don't do that. No. Garzan will die. Don't do that. Because charge is what they're effectively doing.
Hamstring.
No. Sorry. My brain is melting. Oh, reduce your fighting defensively from 112 down to something a little bit more reasonable.
I was going to drop it to 50.
Very good. Okay.
All right, so that is dropped.
Now. So that's all before you have spent an AP.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do I need to spend to run up behind him and whack him?
Well, how fast do you move? He is 6 meters away.
Is
5?
Oh, wait, I bet he said on step. Let's put him on full move. And he moves 5.
So if you set it to a half move, that is 3. That's not far enough to get to him. You're going to have to do a full move.
Okay.
And attack. Because you can see number 3, his turn is coming up.
Full move excludes active defense, though.
Yes, it does, but you can still use the passive defense.
Okay.
So that
which is parry considered?
No. Sorry, what you chose. I mean, what is called on the sheet parry is now fighting defensively in the house rule.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Oh, okay.
Parry is an active defense where you bat somebody's weapon away with your weapon.
Okay.
So, if you do a full move and attack, that will be at -40 for the move and attack part.
Okay.
And it will cost you 4 AP to do.
Yeah, we'll give it a try.
The move plus the attack that follows. Right?
All right.
Okay, so you can get your butt out there. Now, careful. Don't overlap him.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah, that would... There you go. Perfect. Okay.
The thing is, with the kind of defense you have, you could run in front of them just on defensively and attract attention.
You could wave your tail feathers in front of his face with with 162 defense.
Full peacock.
Yeah. No.
Dance of the 7 veils right in front of them. You're all set.
They're all going, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
What stylish facial hair.
All right. So now target him. And bring up the attack thingy for Magical Scimitar. You've got your parry set to 50. The enemy defensive bonus
is 40. At least that's what shows up here.
Why is it showing 10?
Where is showing 10?
Well, if you're looking at my screen, I'm showing his defensive bonus up on the target is 3. So I think
mine is saying 30.
Okay. I don't know why.
It says enemy defensive bonus down there in the window already 40.
Disregard. I need to target the same beast man you're targeting. That would help. Good enough. So that's set. You want to select rear attack and move and attack full.
Move and attack full.
Uh-huh. And then rear attack.
I thought I already hit rear attack, did I not?
I don't know if you did or not.
Yeah. I've got rear attack's green. It's highlighted.
Very good. Yes. So now you've got a... That's pitiful.
All right, so am I ready to roll?
You are, but I'm wondering why the number is so small. Oh, it's because you got such a high parry. And his defensive bonus is set to 40 for some reason. So click on his base DB. and that'll change it to 30, and then your attack will go up to a 22. Okay?
Gotcha.
It'll still be hella hard to hit, though.
And
you.
we should have had a set. I don't see it there. Prepare, aim, set.
Oh yeah.
We're adding 10 to that.
Yeah.
roll again.
Nah, we're
All right. So re-roll it with the.
It's
Sure.
broken.
add it with a plus 10.
So 79.
All right. Everything stayed the same. No, I got to put the full move. And it's just global modifier where I put in the.
Yes, because for some reason the modifier is not showing up. So melee attacks,
And the set was a plus
10.
10. Do I need to put the plus or just the number?
Just the number.
Just number.
You think in a future iteration of this thing, you could add a set, like set 1, 2, 3, or?
It's supposed to be there. That's why I'm writing it on
Yeah,
my
it is.
Okay.
It is there. It is there.
If you're shooting, it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
So 121.
And if you're casting a spell, it is, but not melee because that's not part of the main rules, right?
Fair
So-
enough.
That's much better.
Enemy defensive.
So
Looks
120.
like all of the modifiers are there. That's why I created it, so you can see all the modifiers and make sure.
Mm. No,
all
it's
there.
and also it's great for helping us learn the rules too, which I know
Yeah.
And they are
that
considered
was-
lightly armored.
They are light armor.
All right. It was like 16 damage and a moderate critical. Or 16. I assume it-
That's the right one. That's the right row and column. So click on it.
Okay.
Once. Okay, so I will drag the damage onto him.
Okay. And I click the little scroll.
You click the little scroll.
No
And
modifiers to this.
Well,
Plus 20.
it's moderate, so you want to make sure that your severity is set to moderate.
Okay.
Oh, well
yeah.
done.
nicely done.
Uh,
Meat's back on the
Right,
menu.
the abdomen. Plus
This,
10
of course, this
is-
is bizarre. The guys who were shooting them from the front shot them in the ass. Behind and stabbed him in the chest. I guess you stabbed him in the chest from behind.
Yeah, it's still the abdomen, whichever side you're coming at, I guess.
Target is prone.
They're charging
Oof.
us backwards. What the heck?
Prone, that's not good. So go ahead and click on that result. There we go. Has abdomen armor. We drag it up.
No, wrong one. That's 90 to 99. He had 115. You clicked the wrong result.
Yep. Okay. How much damage did that do? Cut to abdomen does.
You need to click
Well, it's too bad you
115.
can't undo that, like Control Z.
Yeah, I know, but what it's done is it's created an item on him and applied the damage. So that was slashed through abdomen, 10 damage. Target is stunned. So
Mhm.
give him 10 damage back.
Okay, I see what I did. I clicked the number I rolled, not the total. Okay.
Right. And then I'm going to unbleed him.
Mhm.
I can find bleeding there, and I'm going to unstun him. There we go. Give it another go.
All right. Yeah, I need to actually click the 115.
Yeah. Or the text.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
So powerful strike to the chest. Target is prone, stunned, takes plus 12 damage, minus 30 to all actions, which includes attacks, by the way.
If the target is not
If
wearing...
not wearing metal armor, 10 bleed. Oh. Does not. It's not metal.
That's a hefty... That's a hefty bleed.
It's called major, actually. Severe. Nicely.
Oh, I can feel
Farzan
that.
finally comes into his own, standing right in the middle of 3 beastmen, whirling like a
Almost
like
one
a
shot
slap
in one
chop.
of them.
He's just going
But-
down.
But you see, some of the automatic. All I have is bleed and stun are automatic at this point in the system.
Yeah, fair.
So that's why I have the toggle status effects up, and I hit prone. So now he's got prone as well. And it takes you a full action to get back to on your feet. which is basically, that's why I put the conversion at the front, 3, 2, and 1. So it'll take him 3 AP to stand up.
Very cool.
If he stands up. Because he's bleeding at 10 per round.
And stunned.
And he's, thank you, he's stunned. So what's that, number 3?
Yes.
Number 3, where are you?
All of the icons.
Yeah. Hard to find, isn't he? Okay.
That one guy with all of the problems.
Yeah.
But his cheeks are intact.
All right. So number 6, he is slowing to a full move.
Can he squeeze through there?
Yes, he can. Yeah. Nobody's diving between 2 rocks at a sprint. So he's slowing down to a full move. And is he aware? He is not aware of Sanel.
Excellent.
Wow. Okay.
Got eyes on the whirling dervish over there.
Right. So, goat number 2.
Hello.
He was charging towards Singa and then spotted Ervig, who's standing in the middle of the field.
Hello.
So he is... Why is he able to charge in that direction? Oh, you must have loaded, did you? Or you shot? You shot. That's why you're at 218. So he's going to slow down because he knows that he needs to be able to defend himself. No, he's going to sprint to you.
No, just sprint. Okay.
So he can sprint. Jeepers.
Behind me?
He can sprint that far. Let me just do this and then Control Z and say if he does a half move.
Yeah, that's fine. I think
No, that's a half move. Doesn't want to do that either. What I meant was full move.
He
cannot get to you if he does a full move, so he's going to make sure he goes fast enough. Actually, he's just going to go all the way to you. For Pete's sakes, he's not going to let me do it. There. He is in your face. But he's not attacking you because, oh, shit. None of them has attacked you yet, right? No, they haven't. Because guess what they haven't done with their heavy weapons?
Readied?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
None of them has readied weapons. They're just charging. It's really stupid. They should have paused, readied, and then... But they didn't.
They got it.
Shifting, so he's gotten up to you, and now he's shifting his grip to hold it in 2 hands, and
Yeah,
or
something like that.
That's something like what's happening here. So, Goatman number 5 is doing just that. How many AP does it take to ready the
1?
1 AP? Spend. He's readying. Nope. Back up. Spend.
1 AP to ready, yes.
Yeah. Hello. What the hell? Where did this little freaky creature come from? And stabbed my friend in the back who's now lying on the ground bleeding.
That's probably a long shot from that kind of bleeding.
He is going to do a half move and attack on your flank.
Okay.
Without readying the weapon. The heavy weapon.
So minus 20.
So there's minus lots.
I don't think it's just 20.
No, it's not.
Is it 40, if I remember correctly?
It might be 40, yeah. So, anyway, this is his turn. So he's going to do a half move, which is 1 AP.
Which is also
An
minus
attack,
20.
which is 3 AP. So that's it, 4 AP. And now we'll figure out the damage. So he's going to target you.
Heavy weapons used without readying them first at minus 40.
Yep. So
And
if you look at the screen, you can see all of his modifiers are available. One, there's mighty attack because it's a weapon that does mighty attacks. Weapon is in one hand. No, it's not. It's in two hands. Move and attack.
You didn't
Full
select
move.
2 hands.
What? No, I'm
didn't.
not doing that because it's not in one hand. It's in two hands.
He didn't
So
ready
that-
it, and that's
Ah.
This is for a weapon that is in one hand.
I
And
understand.
this is the type of weapon it is. Is it a one-handed weapon? Well, that's no problem.
Yeah, for him, it's
Hand and a
one-handed
half?
weapon. Okay.
Or two-handed. And those
Fair
comply
enough.
with different penalties. But
Oh,
move and attack, he moved at full move.
He moved
Didn't you
half
say
move.
half move? He moved 336. What is that?
Yeah, it was a half move and an
Up to
attack.
no, 336 would then be still full move because 3 meters is his half.
If I control Z,
Yes.
No, you had him set to full move. Yeah.
I thought I set him to full move. I did. That's why
Yeah.
it was 6 meters.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Fair.
Control
you
Y
might-
doesn't do anything. So, okay, we'll just move him back up to...
Sorry, I just complicated it.
That's
No,
all right.
sorry, I also misunderstood.
No, and I, for some reason, saw 6 meters and thought that that was a double move. So I get all confused. So full move, heavy without ready. Guess what? All out attack. Blinded, bruised, held, blah, blah, flanking. Now,
And
We get to the
Forsen's
fun bit.
defense. Yeah.
enemy defensive bonus.
Yeah.
So, Farzan, what do we do when we're in a hand-to-hand fight? We parry.
Minus 25.
That was a good roll.
Yeah, it's still not good.
58 on
Just
no
graze.
armor,
Nothing.
0 hits.
Nothing.
Now, the only reason that those 0 hits exist in the chart, according to Max, the creator of the game, is because some things have poison or touch attacks, and those will touch.
So the guy messed up your shirt, dude.
He messed up your shirt. That's about it. And he's standing there right beside you, and you're going,
That's the plan.
that's the cunning plan. Now, the bull is going,
Oh, there's still those.
okay. You, Uma,
Mhm.
are going to have to ready your weapon again after this attack.
Very good.
Okay. He is going to have some trouble getting past his compatriot. He is not amused. I'm just going to see if he's smart enough to do this.
Note for later: weapon reach or combat reach, in effect,
Yeah, I know, but
because he should be able to hit him right now.
oh,
And
Not-
the other guy.
not through his partner who is bigger than the target. He'd have to reach around him.
Or over.
Or through.
That's a.
Yes.
You know what? If he just pushed him onto you,
Well, okay. What we're going to do is do a perception roll and see if he's smart enough to do something smart.
shit.
Uh-oh. He's smarter.
He's smart enough to do something smart.
Shit.
All right. So he's either going to realize that that bush isn't very big, and he can probably go around it. Or he's brutal enough that he's just going to go and do exactly what you said. And, well, he's got a shield and one-handed thing. So what he's going to do,
I have a shield too. This poor guy's going to get squished between two shields.
I think what he's going to do is come up to here. So he's going to step. Step to there. And then we'll see him in a bit. Okay.
Fair.
He has a cunning plan. We'll figure out if he can implement it in a minute. Actually, no. Half move. We'll get him to there with a half move.
That's a bush, by the way, or a tree?
This is a bushy tree. I don't know. Tree bush.
Okay, we have those here, so very fake bush.
It's bigger than Uma. It's bigger than the bullman. So
And you can't see through it, but it doesn't mean you can't walk through, push your way through it.
yeah. Right.
Got one directly in my face. That's a bit inconvenient.
No, he's going to move up beside the guy with one AP. The next AP that he uses is going to be to muscle this guy to the side, thus leaving Uma exposed. So who's next? Samuel. Oh! Opportunity knocketh.
Okay, work his way around behind him.
Well, I think he can probably take a step and start gutting.
I don't think it's within a step.
I think it's close enough. Not that way, but if he came close, well, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah. I think, let's see. Let me step. Let's see. Is there some? Trying to make sure I don't walk through the stone.
Yeah. I think that's reasonable. They don't need to be touching for you to be able to stab them.
Okay. Then he will round the corner. Let me adjust his parry right quick. Oh, never mind. I had his parry sitting.
Do you want to lower it?
Let's see. That will leave him with a 60 to hit with. I better leave it where it's at.
Because you're about to make 2 attack rolls at -20 each. Now, we are going to have a look at his dual weapon training and see what the bonus is there, so we'll offset it. Dual weapons training is 10, so only -10 each. Okie doke.
All right. So attack. Dual superior daggers.
So the thing is that you did a step and attack. So the step is 0 AP. The attack is 3 AP with the fighting with 2 weapons.
Okay.
3 AP -20, both attacks.
Attack with 2
One
weapons.
action. So you're spending 3 AP.
Gotcha. Enemy defense bonuses in there.
Sorry.
Now, I put the attack with 2 weapons. Do I need to? You said it was a -10.
Just a minute.
20.
Dual superior daggers pierce. Just use that. The attack with 2 weapons. Let me just, for Pete's sake. This one's tricky, and you're the only one who can do it. So I didn't plan on it exactly.
Okay.
We'll just see what attack with 2 weapons does. Minus 20 plus your dual. Oh, it's going to apply the bonus, the minus 10 already, all by itself. So don't apply another minus 10.
Okay, gotcha.
That will do it, and it'll tune itself to your dual weapons ranks.
All right.
So you did a move and attack of none, no step. Heavy without ready, all out attack, no. Attack with 2 weapons, drive bonus. How about... We'll call this a flanking attack because he is not expecting you to come from this side of the rock. Okay?
All right, flanking.
Yeah.
And then give it a roll.
And his defensive bonus is 30. Yes, it is. Your parry is your parry still at 50?
Yes.
All right. Give her. Nicely done.
All right, so that's 106.
That's your first attack roll. You get 2.
Go ahead and do the edged attack table roll and all that jazz.
Do all of it again, just in case anything has reset. And I bet you flanking attack would have reset.
Okay. Well, I mean, I still click on the edge table, though. Basically, complete the first attack, all the steps you do for an attack, resolving.
Do it again, yes.
Okay.
Oh, I see what you mean. Gotcha. So there's that first. 12 hits and a light critical. Go ahead and do the light critical.
Watch him roll 100.
92.
Like that, yeah.
Close. Strike to chest. Target prone. What is it? Thigh strike. Has thigh armor. Yes, he does. He's still bleeding. 5 damage and 2 bleed.
And stunned.
Nope. That's
No,
Oh,
he's
no,
stunned.
that's without armor. I'm
That's
sorry.
without armor. Okay, so he's bleeding. Now, repeat for dagger number 2.
Okay. Oh, the flanking is still on there.
Yep.
So it
Okay.
doesn't need-
And what about the attack with 2 weapons?
That is still on there, yes.
Oh, okay, good.
I don't think, doesn't look like it changed anything.
For Pete's sake.
92, which is 117 total.
Fuck yeah.
And this is a moderate one.
That's not great.
No, it's not. What's your result?
All right, so it's a total of 31.
Has leg armor.
So just additional damage. Still good.
Yep.
What's his condition?
Not bad. He's almost bruised. Almost.
Nice.
And what's his bleed?
2.
Not quite enough.
Oh, wait, you said that was, how many APs was that supposed to be?
3, I think.
3. Yeah. 0
Okay.
plus 3.
I hit the 1 by accident, so I'm just going to hit 2 now.
Yep.
Get him in the right spot. Okay.
There you go. And
That's
Farzan is
awesome.
up.
Farzan will turn to face the new guy.
You get that for free.
And then he will attack.
Okay. Are you planning to reset your defenses in any way?
I
Or are you leaving them right where they are?
was pretty happy where they were. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna leave them right where they're at.
Good.
Probably help if I clicked on the right.
You do need to target the right guy. Yeah.
Oh, even though I changed tokens, I stayed targeted on the one I had targeted. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, because the target is Jason's target, not Farzan's or Samuel's target.
Gotcha. All right, this is not a rear attack.
No, it is not.
Not move. One-handed weapon. Ancient heirloom skill. That's
Yeah.
something I clicked on?
Don't do that.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure what that one was for.
Well, my sword is an ancient heirloom, but I don't know where the skill thing comes in at. Unless it's or is it plus 10 because the sword has a plus 10 on it?
Right, and we included that in the attack.
Okay.
Right, that's why it says plus 10, and that's why the max result is increased by 10.
Okay, so I have put in the enemy's base defense bonus, which is really the only modifier I've got to put in on this one, I think.
I think so, because you didn't move.
Yeah.
This time. So make sure that down below, that's not set to full move like it was before, right? It's
None slash step.
Very good. Okay.
Total of 115.
So your parry, his defensive bonus, your attack bonuses, and nothing else special except your insane skill with the weapon. Gotcha. 13 hits and a light crit. You are a killing machine.
Well, so far I'm just a maiming machine. We'll see how it goes.
Right.
On the crit, that's not great.
Well, guess what?
Stunned.
Yeah.
Good enough.
He has armor, but now he's stunned. So which one is he? Goat 4? Yeah, Goat 4.
That's all we really need.
So you see that his number is now minus 192.
Which means next round he'll have fewer actions.
He'll have 308. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So it's a circular track, and you just get pushed further down it as you go along. All right, so that's you done,
Yes.
Samuel. So he is annoyed
Gee, I wonder why.
with Samuel. That hurt. So he is going to guess what?
Ready?
Ready swing.
He didn't get a chance to ready. He's going to. Or is he just going to lose his mind and swing?
Can he even hit?
Oops. He's going to ready his weapon. Next. He readied his weapon last time, didn't he? Or did he move to you?
He moved to me.
But I think he readied. He moved and then readied.
I was smiling because he still has to wait a turn to ready.
Well, okay.
All right, hang on a second. I just messed something up. Let me put him back where he was. I realized I hadn't taken enough APs off of
Samuel? You took two. Hang on. What do you?
Yeah, I didn't take enough points off of Farzan, and then when I went to take them off, I took them off of Samuel instead.
Okay, so I see Samuel's at minus 378.
So take 3
That's
moves.
not where he needs to be. At the very least, he was above the Goat Man.
Yeah.
I think Samuel still had an AP left.
Had what left?
No, he didn't.
No, he was at 0.
We'll give him 2 back. Yeah, I think that's where he's supposed to be. Is it either minus 78? I think he's supposed to be at minus 78.
I think he's supposed to be at 0, yeah.
He's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Farzan was the one that I needed to do.
So Farzan, we'll give him.
All right,
that's where he's supposed to be, right?
All right.
Yeah,
I kept clicking 1 AP instead of remembering that the regular attacks do 3 or take.
So, do you think that's a problem, or is that just something you need to focus on when you're? That's I think why.
I don't think that'll be a problem long term. I think that's just I got so used to clicking just the 1 when I was just doing movement. Yeah, I think that's all that is.
I got some thoughts on it, but later. I don't want to disrupt the combat for now.
Okay. So the process was it's your turn. you figure out what you're going to do, figure out how many AP it is, set that, spend it, then do it. Because if you set how many AP it's going to be, then do it, it's not quite the same mental sequence.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Goatman number 6 has a problem.
Spear in the thigh kind of problem.
He has that as a problem, yeah.
Sorry, that's number 5. That's active.
Sorry, 5, yeah. Over here with Uma. The one in front of you readied his weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, and moved on.
Okay.
So number 5, though, has been stabbed with a spear. And now he is going to ready his weapon. Because he didn't do that yet. There really needs to be, I think I need to do a marker for people with heavy weapons, and that is something that shows whether they're ready or not ready.
Yes.
So I can remember.
Definitely.
A ready marker. Something like
maybe set something for now, just provisionally.
Yeah, and I think what I'll do is I'll do that to this guy as well. What does a good ready one mean? What is a good ready one?
Maybe the fist.
Me? No. Okay, we'll do that. Engage.
Okay.
So he's ready.
Oh, because they have status effects already tied to them?
Some of them do.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't want to mess with that.
Fair.
I think is engaged one of these? No, it's not. Good. Who else is ready? He's not. He swung. He didn't swing.
The one next to Ervik is readying. Used his action to ready.
And
this
the
poor
one
guy has. Yeah,
ready to sit down.
Next to Samuel, this one readied, yes.
He readied. He did not.
I think he said yes.
Okay. And this guy moved. He didn't ready yet. Okay, so this one. Next. Beastman Bull. Right. He's readying.
Heavy weapons are really inconvenient.
They can be. But he also is going to, while he's readying, he's setting his parry amount.
Now the other ones forgot to do that.
Yeah, see, that's the trick. Remember when I was trying to convince you guys to use a great weapon? I think it was Ervig in particular to use a great axe.
Yeah.
The sequence back in that other one, you had to take a half action to ready. And so the idea was take a half action to ready, set your parry to full, and then the next round you swing with a mighty blow.
Mm-hmm.
With no parry possible. But you absolutely annihilate whatever is in front of you with your great axe with a maximum result of 175 and plus 20 on your hit, right?
Which is basically what I'm doing with my longbow.
Yes, that's what you're doing with the longbow. But the whole point was that when you're readying, you're at maximum defense.
Mm-hmm.
At least that was possible within the rules. I'm wondering if you should... See, the fighting defensively isn't necessarily tied to the weapon that you're using, except the amount you can contribute is based on the weapon you're using. In other systems like GURPS, I think you can't parry without a ready weapon.
Okay.
So if your weapon is not ready, you can't parry with it. But that's a specific action in GURPS, like I'm making it here. Anyway, so he is now readied. There we go. And that's him done. Singa, What were you up to?
Since he's not gonna be in danger, apparently I think it would be good for him to just load.
Yep.
So that's it for him.
Okay, Ervig. You're toe-to-toe with a big nasty who's about ready to swing something at you.
Yeah, I would like to drop, just at my feet, drop my longbow and ready my shield.
It's on your back.
So-
That'll cost you 3.
Yeah, go full parry until then, but ready the shield. So I have at least some chance to survive.
Okay. So you're spending 3 AP.
Yeah, so
Okay.
just a second. How do I set my parry?
Spend the AP first.
Shield front.
you go.
AP spend and
So that's
turn.
good. And then you just open up your character sheet. That's really the only way to do it. Well, you could open up an attack as well and do it that way, but set the parry number. Now, here's the weird thing. You're currently considered to be unarmed. So what we'll do is limit your, because you're actually arming yourself with your shield, we'll limit your parry amount to your shield bonus plus your armor skill.
That would be 40.
Or should we just say the 40? So here's the thing. There's the active defense block involves actually getting your shield between you and whatever it is that's attacking you and making an active roll to try and reduce the effect of the attack, just like parry is and dodge. But the roll is your armor skill plus your shield bonus plus a D100. So
Could
that's why I'm
be-
wondering which I think will limit you to 40, your armor skill.
The shield bonus armor skill
Because the
makes
shield bonus
sense.
is already included.
Or athletics.
Nope.
Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
The shield
fair
bonus
enough.
is already included in
Fair
your
enough.
defense, so we'll limit the parry amount or the fighting defensively amount to your
So
armor
that would be 40 then. Where do I set this?
in the parry field in the header, right underneath shield front.
Ah.
Perfect.
Oh.
Okie doke. And then we have Goatman 6 is now ready, and he is swinging at Samuel. He's doing an all-out attack.
Sorry, did I reduce my AP by 4? No. Okay, I was looking at the Beastman. I'm an idiot.
I'm not arguing. Blunt Matic Impact. Step. Doing with two-handed, so he didn't step.
Which one is
Ready,
that? Number
yes.
6?
He's doing a mighty attack. He's doing an all-out attack. He's not doing flanking or rear or whatever. He's now become aware. Enemy defensive bonus is what he needs. Oh my goodness. And he's not parrying because he's doing an all-out attack.
Oh, that's a lot of 55 to his roll. That's not good.
And then he fumbles. Right.
Okay. Excellent.
Damn. I had a chance to kill somebody. The fickle finger of fate has fucked me again. Okay, so I've clicked on the little red what's it, which brings up fumble melee thrown. I select fumble modifier. What the hell? One-handed axe, two-handed. Oh, bugger. 81. The character must make an assessment roll during the next assessment phase, which is the next time his turn comes up, the first thing he has to do is make a perception roll. And I get to choose one. Drops the weapon or takes a superficial critical strike of the appropriate type.
I mean, it makes sense if he's taking a swing of a long axe in between those two big rocks. He
I'm pretty
clangs
sure
it off the side of the rock, knocks it out of his hand, and
Yeah. I think we're going to do this. The thing bounces off a rock and hits him in the back of the head or something like that.
or he just
A
drops it.
superficial critical strike of the appropriate type, which is impact. Right? Right.
Watch him kill
Critical
himself.
rolls. Impact. Superficial. Let her rip. Oh, bugger.
Target is stunned.
He doesn't have rigid armor, does he?
I don't think it's rigid. No. If no rigid armor, well, we'll see. Does not. There we go. Ow. Okay, well, that's -5 penalty for each broken rib. So we will slash our 1d5. 2 broken ribs. -10. I don't know how he broke a rib with a great axe, but
Well, I mean, again, if he takes a swing at it, it's got a hammer on one side and axe on the other. He bounces the axe off a chunk of rock and smacks himself with the hammer side of it.
so here he is. And I've not taken my own advice. So there's the 3 for his attack. There's the 2 for his stun. Spend. We're not going to see him for a while.
I've seen something like that happen in real life.
Yay. Now I get to attack you. He's doing exactly the same thing, but he's not going to stun himself.
Says you.
Says me. Is not going to happen this time.
Did I set my shield correctly? Shield front,
Yes, you did.
parry 40.
So that's the first thing. Set to that. He can't parry. Not flanking, not rear, not drive, held, bruised, blinded, all out attack. Mighty. Roll.
Oh, piss.
That's better.
I have medium armor.
Wait. Okay, so you can take. So here is another mechanism that's been added. The active defense.
Okay.
So you can take the 130 result,
Which is a lot.
which is 18 and a moderate. And yes, you could spend drive if the roll particularly sucked and have it re-rolled at -10. Or is it one severity less? One of the two. One severity less, I think.
Mhm.
Or you can choose to spend 1 AP and actively defend. Obviously, with a block, because the only thing you have in your hands is a shield. So what that allows you to do is roll a D100, add 40 for your armor skill. Basically, you roll your armor skill and add your shield bonus, which is 25.
And
Anything
reduce that from the
over-
die roll.
Anything over 100 gets subtracted from that 130 result.
I don't really have that much.
This is a no-brainer. Do it.
It just means you lose a lot of action points for next round.
You lose 1 AP for next round.
You know what, sure. I'm gonna try it. Sure. I'm gonna spend the action point.
So
you
spend
said-
the AP and then open up your character sheet because that's
Yeah, already got it.
and roll armor.
Plus 25, you said, right?
Yep.
Uh,
We're running out of steam, I know, but oh my goodness, hopefully that was a good one.
it was.
243
It was good.
So 143 over the 100.
Yeah.
That's
See, this is
all-
exactly the kind of situation where I would want to do something like this was so successful, it was a shield bash in the other direction. But I really have no mechanism for it.
Yeah.
This would be the perfect reason to do something like that, though. So, completely voided his attack.
Nice.
Of course, I didn't bother to spend. You got to tell me to pay attention and do what I tell you to do. So, and he's not ready anymore. He has swung. He is not ready anymore. Next.
So the guy who just readied his weapon.
Yeah. He is going to attempt to do the same thing to you, Uma.
Good luck.
Yeah. So the first thing I will do is unready him. Second thing I will do is spend the points. Now, target you. No, select you. Target you. Bring up the Matic Impact. Choose the enemy defensive bonus for melee. I may have gotten that wrong. Why is that different than missile? You've got
because I have a shield ready.
Do you have a target shield?
Yes.
Ah, that's why.
Do you have full plate, by the way?
No, I've just got Laminar. Yes.
Okay, so he's attacking you. He's got no parry on because he's going to be doing that.
Did you apply his bleed yet, or is that only at the end of the round?
The end of the round.
Yeah.
All of that. Incoming.
Do it. Ooh.
I don't know that hurt.
So 77 on...
That's 8 points.
All right.
Happy?
Ecstatic.
Okay.
All right. So I applied the 8 points to myself.
Yep. Thank you. And then he goes on next.
You can just drag it onto.
Beastman Bull is going to shove him aside. Oh no, he was smart, wasn't he?
Yeah, he readied his weapon. And...
Yeah. So, oops, no, don't do that. Prepare. 1 AP. Okay. He's not doing very much back there, but it looks like he's winding up. Goat number 3.
The one that, yeah.
He now becomes unstunned. And he's going to spend the 3 AP to get up.
Didn't you say 1 AP?
For what? No.
To get...
He said full action to get up.
I said it was a full action to get up.
Oh.
But we are changing the action economy. Should we make standing up only 2 AP?
Yeah, probably better a half action. Otherwise, it might be a bit too penalizing.
Stand.
Just thinking about it right now.
AP. Okay. So now he's not prone. Next. Oh, while he's doing that, if he has any way possible to do it, he's changing his defense to 40.
Unfortunately, that does not work against missile weapons.
Yeah. There is that, yeah. So he's done, and now it's Singa. Oh, who's
Speaking
loaded?
of missile weapons.
Who's loaded? Go ahead, Singa.
So there's 2 very opportune targets, either this one in the side or this one in the rear. But Godfrey is bleeding very heavily, isn't he?
I think blood is pouring out of this guy.
Bleed 10, right?
Yeah. Doesn't much matter.
Farzin, you think you can handle that guy?
Are you asking him in the middle of a fight?
Fair enough.
What do you think the little fop can do? These guys are both now standing.
Yeah, he's fucked.
He's in the middle. They may not be able to touch him, but they're certainly going to keep him busy for a while.
I'm going to spend 3 action points for a standard shot here.
Okay.
On the
Make
bleeding
sure
guy.
you apply -20 for attacking somebody who's in melee when you get there.
So that's 3 down.
But it's also to his rear because he's turned around facing Farzin.
Mm-hmm. So that's a rear attack, base DB 30.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Do not miss.
Just a second, you said how much for melee global?
-20.
Minus.
Normal penalties and bonuses are minus or plus 20. It's the unusual ones that aren't.
Fair. Yeah, I think that's about it. Can't roll for shit.
Oh, that's not a good number. Let's just check your math. So -20, yep, plus 20 for the rear, swiftness bonus.
Yeah, I rolled an 8.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. So 125 on light armor.
17 moderate still.
That doesn't suck.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Your roll sucked, but you killed him.
Yeah, 35.
I think that's a scratch.
Wow.
He
Yeah,
has
three.
light armor, but
3 additional damage.
yeah. So he is now bruised.
That's a minus on his rolls, correct?
Oh yeah,
How much?
20.
Okay.
Okay, so you've spent your stuff, and now it's Uma.
Did I click?
Can,
I didn't. There we go. I forgot to click end turn.
can I take any actions as part of? Can I do a step in addition to readying my weapon?
Yes, because a step is 0 AP.
Okay, so
So
what
you
I'll
can-
do is
yeah.
I'll ready the weapon, so essentially pull it out,
Yeah.
and then take a.
Step
Where's my
back.
thing? Step. Oh gosh, where's? I'm sorry, I moved everything to my smaller screen. Okay, step. And then.
Nope, that's way too far.
Oh,
Yeah. There you go.
and I'm just going to make sure my facing is right. Sorry.
Yep. Yeah, no reason why you can't take a step back.
And I'm also going to I'm going to change my defensive bonus to like basically full defense for now.
Which is why I was getting at if a weapon isn't ready, I think you shouldn't be able to defend with it. But
Okay. Would you?
no,
consider
we're
that-
not doing that now.
Okay.
I'm putting that up for discussion. That's all.
So my maximum is 135. So I'll put it at 125. My parry. That's good enough, I think. All right. So that's that's one action point.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I should have spent that. I keep clicking on your screen and enter.
Vote number 1.
Click.
Oh, finally. You know, he got shot early on.
Yeah.
He got shot twice. Stunned. So he had moved, and he got stunned twice. That's all that's happened to him this turn.
Not exactly coated in glory.
No, he's not stunned anymore.
He is coated in arrows.
And you said he was going to try to run away because he's
I
nearly
did.
dead.
I did. Now he's going to attempt a full move. But let's see. He's at minus 80. See, that doesn't actually affect your movement rate, which is weird. But he's bruised, and I think that leaves him down to half move.
Yeah, 2 arrows in the tuchus, I'll probably imagine.
Yeah, I mean... And finally, and that's the end of the round, which then produces an interesting sequence of events because people have overspent and now they're, further down the track. Look who's at the top. Okay.
Kill them.
You're a thrifty spender of action points. I'm just going to... Oh, so is there anybody? He's at 47. I wish I need to set up the... Yeah, he's already bruised. Does anybody else look like they should be bruised? Yep. That's it. Okay. So we're at 11:30, which is half an hour past what we normally go.
Yeah, so maybe we'll wrap it up here.
Yeah.
I
just
like
like your
this.
impressions.
I like this. This is
Okay.
fun. It's got all of the crunchy, fiddly roll mastery bits to it. It has that cool strategy element, and now that we're all becoming more comfortable with it, I think we can all employ that strategy effectively.
Okay.
I might lose electricity here, by the way. There's a storm.
Oh, no.
So you give your impressions next. Fast.
Go ahead, Wolf.
Quite a lot better than the original combat system, gotta say. Flows better, feels better. Got some thoughts on the movement, but that can wait for later.
Sure.
Other than that, pretty nice.
All right. I've got a couple of weeks to tune it. I don't think we're going to inflict this on the other Monday night group. They're much more of a storytelling
theater of the mind kind of.
Definitely theater of the mind kind of group. Yeah. But you guys seem to be a little bit more. This seems to be more your thing in general. Now, we haven't dealt with magic yet, but it behaves. That's why I built it this way. It behaves just the same. If you have a look through the rules, you'll see things like the action point costs for casting and so on. Specialization, which applies to spells spell lores like it does to weapons, and overcasting. Very important, Farzan. Check out the overcasting rules because they're not pretty.
So Jason, you want to give some quick impressions and maybe we'll cut the stream and then wrap up our own thoughts?
Sure.
I definitely like this better than the other system.
Okay. What?
And we were a little slow tonight, but it was all brand new.
Yes.
So I don't know. I don't really have an impression of how it's going to affect us speed-wise.
Right.
Yeah, it's harder. It's hard to judge.
We were doing a lot of it. I was trying to get your impressions on things, so that takes time. Making decisions on whether you liked a certain effect or whether you thought something else should be applied, and you answered those. And I've got some notes for revisions. I'm still looking for more feedback if there were other aspects of it that you think might benefit from a change.
It did feel like you were constantly doing stuff.
Yes.
It'd be the only time it felt like there was a delay between, going and going again, was when you had to go through all the goat
setting
now.
the spear, that when we were going through when we were trying to
Yeah,
come up with rules for specific actions and how much it cost and what the benefit was in terms of story,
But
not story.
there was also the lead-in where you guys are setting up your side of the battle and they're all doing their side of the battle. So yes, all 6 of them go now.
I think where we really would have seen the shine would have been in the next round, where, as again we can see, because Farzan and myself have been so frugal with or so economical with our action points, we're now coming into the next one with a huge advantage over some of the other people in the column who are sitting at 200, 300, 400, action points.
It's like the more you go in, the more shuffled the combatants get.
Yep, that is certainly true. And I think Samuel's probably going to eliminate his opponent, who's currently stunned and bruised.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
So he goes first. Yep, he goes before his opponent. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the end of goat number 6. Because Samuel gets those dual attacks, and he's going to skewer him. Farzan's probably going to take out one of these 2 guys. I would say go for the stunned guy, because that's plus 20, right? The other fellow's bruised. I think that might be a plus 20 as well, or at least it's him attacking you is a problem.
And he's also starting to take arrows in the back of the head now.
Oh yeah, you did notice that he just took an arrow. So that's all still going on. And I think Ervig is kind of holding his own there, parked behind his shield.
I mean, all I would have to do, wait for him to ready his attack. I would draw my weapon, go on full defense this round.
Yeah. Or he could yell help, at which point an arrow sprouts from Buddy's left ear.
I think I can take at least one.
By all means. But I mean, this is precisely Singa's element. That's what he was designed to do. Artillery.
So my recommendation would be to come up with like a live, document that we're updating all the time, each of us, with a list of actions and, sort of what effects and what action points they took before, just so that we have a consistency of over time, and where there may be contradictions, we can sort them out later on, but just so we have like a catalog of actions and action points.
Okay.
Just for ourselves, as a, not necessarily as a, would be as an appendix to your house rules, but rather as a guide for us, so that we can, sort of use it to plan our actions, so that we're not sitting there like I was, thinking, okay, so how does this work? How many points would it take? What can I do with this? And then that sort of eliminates that from the pace, because it does. I mean, again, that sort of sucks the oxygen right out of it. Every time, there was like, I think a round or 2 where we were all kind of doing familiar actions, and it was really coasting along quickly. And then again, it just, when we have to stop for that one, looking at rules, exactly. Then it just like,
but that's like sitting at a table when you have to do the page flipping.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, but at that point, like, other people are eating Cheetos and telling Star Trek or Monty Python jokes, right? And
so at some point in here, yes, absolutely. That's an excellent recommendation, to come up with a little chart for new people to have a look at and see, this is how much it used to take, and this is how much it takes now. So that you get a list of all of the different kinds of actions. And then you might be able to choose from.
Yeah, and over the course of 2-3 sessions, there'll be very little that we're not able to figure out for ourselves, rather than having to stop the table to ask.
There is less time for you to be as the GM. I have no time. that isn't occupied with either answering a question, thinking about something, or planning something, or doing something. I have no time to stop and think unless one of you is paused thinking and we're waiting for you. That's all I got. How much time so what I mean is that my impression of how this all went was, I'm so tired. Because I was just go, right? How did it feel to you guys? I remember Jason mentioned that it didn't seem like there was much time between turns. You were not waiting very long for the next one, except
I was also running 2 characters. But...
Yes, there's that. So who wasn't running 2? Uma. How did it feel for you? Because
it felt great. Like, I mean, I was able to spend the time. I'm able to see where I am on the track of things. I'm able to watch what other people are doing and watching how the map changes. I'm able to take my time to think about what it is I want to do next.
Mm-hmm.
And then it really was only when I was waiting for my turn to ask a question that I think that, I was, again, slowing things down. So,
okay.
But for me, it felt very, sort of very swift. It was, and, I mean, it's not arduous thought process. So like I was also able to pay attention to appreciate the actions of my fellow players, sort of be also a spectator of our own game.
Well, that sounds pretty much what I was aiming for. That kind of feel. So, where to put the document? I guess I could park it next to the rules, basically on my Google Drive, and put a link.
Sounds good. So should we wrap up the live stream now and then?
Absolutely. Sorry, yeah. See you, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Bye. Have a good night. Thank you very much for none of you that are still watching.
Yeah, probably not at this hour, except those people on Mountain or Pacific. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Okay.